This is Joe Biden, the current resident of the United States. If you watch Joe Biden give remarks, and why would you, you'd know that Joe Biden is perpetually confused.
Good evening, my fellow Americans.
You know, if I can digress for just a second, last night I was on the television. I was on the telephone.
I'm told I was the first American to enter a war zone not controlled by the United States military, says President Lincoln. They're going to go all electric by 2035. President Harris is there to make sure we do this the right way. The Junk Fee Prevention Act, hard to say. Anyway, but all kidding aside, like Jill, the first lady, the first full-time lady, the first lady who works full-time.
God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you. I'm sorry.
And the one thing that everyone knows about is what Biden tends to do after those remarks or press conferences.
Thank you all very much.
So every time Joe Biden attempts to leave a stage, he gets confused as to which way to exit. Every damn time. And recently, the great Shane Gillis made an astute observation.
Anytime Biden finishes a speech, he transforms into a Roomba.
And thanks to the brilliance of Mr. Gillis, America and the world now has a name for it. So without further ado, I bring you the top 15 Roombas. Here's number 15. And that's a pretty good example of your typical everyday Joe Biden Roomba. He asks for directions and gestures behind him. And yet, he's still perplexed. 81 million votes, guys. Roomba number 14 shows Joe Biden in a big hurry. You gotta love the part where Joe Biden's attempting to sprint off the stage like he's worried that his ice cream is gonna melt. Run, Forrest, run! Next, we have lucky number 13, where Biden started to Roomba, but one of his aides had to run on stage and to give him directions. Next, we have number 12, where Biden started to Roomba, but got distracted by a baby. Oh, but I was gonna sniff the baby. Number 11 on the list is a little different, because Biden didn't wait for the press conference to end before he started to Roomba.
I had a question on the climate crisis. You just mentioned the G20. Just this week, the United States warned that if there is no phasing out of fossil fuels, it won't be possible to reach the goals of the Paris Agreement. There was no agreement at the G20.
Number 10 on the list was kind of an international incident, which involved the president of Brazil, Lula da Silva. First, Biden knocked into the Brazilian flag, because of course he did. Then, at the end of the event, Biden shakes hands with this guy, forgets to shake Lula's hand, and then walks off stage the wrong way. And in case you missed the best part, watch Lula's face and body language. Like most of America, you can see he's over it too. So much for bringing normalcy and respect back to the White House, but great job, Democrats. Roomba number 9 happened back in August 2021, when Biden was returning to the White House from his weekly vacation in Delaware. And despite the Secret Service giving him directions, Biden went the opposite way and just kept going and going and going. Pro tip, Secret Service, if you want to get Joe Biden's attention, dress up as the Easter Bunny.
Thank you.
These actually don't sound that funny, one after another.
Number 7 on our list not only features Roombaing, but also one of the most bizarre things that Joe Biden has ever said.
All right. God save the Queen, man.
Axios reported, Biden's quirky aphorisms are sometimes weaponized by Republicans to insinuate the 80-year-old president is in mental decline. Yeah, we're not insinuating. Axios asked several current and former Biden aides what Biden meant when he said, God save the Queen. Several gave different answers, and some said they still aren't sure. So Joe Biden says things, and his staff don't understand what he means, and nobody bothers to ask Joe Biden directly. Got it. Roomba number 6 is, I just have to play it. Biden Roomba'd so freaking hard that he had to be retrieved by a member of the military. Number 5 on the list might just be the most well-known Roomba. Not only did Biden pull a Roomba, but he also tried to shake hands with a ghost, who I'm guessing was probably Corn Pop.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Number 4 on the list is Joe Biden showing off his best Roomba moves. Why does this one seem so familiar? I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. Roomba number 3 shows Joe Biden pulling a Mr. Burns.
Mr. President.
81 million votes, guys. 81 million votes. Roomba number 2 on the list occurred when Biden gave remarks after a briefing at FEMA headquarters.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Now, at first glance, Joe Biden is like a toddler, and members of his administration are his babysitters. But let's watch that again.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
And we're finally at number 1, where Joe Biden attended a Veterans Day service at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. For comparison, Presidents Obama and Trump never needed an honor guard to tell them which way to walk. But not Joe Biden. All he needed to do was turn around and walk back to his spot in line, of which he is incapable of doing without being given direction. Not that we should be surprised, considering that this is the same genius that needs note cards telling him how to enter a room and how to sit in a chair. Joe Biden can't do something as simple as walking from point A to B without screwing it up, yet we're expected to believe that he's running the country. This is fine. 4 more years. Anyway, that's it for now. Please let me know in the comments which is your favorite Roomba, or if I left one off the list. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time, if there is next time.